Think
I
of us
see.
like the Costco model where we negotiate preferred terms. What I mean by that is maybe we have a multifamily operator who's giving us a 90-10 split. So
Wow.
even if four fund managers collectively raise $2 million, everyone raises only 400 or 500K each, they get
Yeah,
the $2 million split, they can keep 15-20% and pass the rest to the investors. So it's the value proposition of all these three things combined which makes Avestor the incredible value it offers. It's the
I love
technology
it.
and the portal, it is the network, the deal calls and the Slack channels and everything else.
Dear friends, this is Vinney Chopra. Thank you for liking the podcast and all the shows. Vinny and Walter, we do that Abundance Mindset show, which goes live in all social channels on Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific, and also Vinny and Bo show, which goes also on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific. And thank you for really liking the books and all the content that my team puts out for you. Please enjoy this episode. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Hi, friends. This is Vinney Chopra from here in Danville, California. And you might be saying, hey, Vinny, what are these over here? You know, I wrote this book a few years back, Apartment Syndication Made Easy. It became top seller. I came from India with $7 in my pocket. It says 500 million. It's going to be 1 billion very soon, very soon. I'm right at about 850, 900 million. And then I'm ready for the next billion. Actually, you will see that happening, 2 billion in this book also. The other book I wrote, which has been a very big positivity, has been my life. Always, I've been married 43 years with 2 children, and the beauty is to be positive, the mindset that can take you to all the places in the world. And that's the book that also became big seller. My third book, Senior Assisted Living, is coming. So do yourself a favor, go ahead and click the link below to get free copies, audio copies of these books, even printed copies of these books. Printed means digital if you can't afford it, but I would highly recommend for you to get these or go to Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon. I got it in soft cover, in hardcover, in Kindle, in audio, also the Spanish version of this book also. So let's crush it, guys. I know you can be successful. I know you can do the kind of things that you want to do in life and have the streams of income and know how to really, educate yourself so that you could become a strong force in this world in real estate. I know you can. So take that step. Don't just be on the sideline. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your education.
Hi, guys. Vinney Chopra back again. Apartment Syndication Made Easy. I hope you're really liking Abundance Mindset show that I do live on Thursday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific, and Vinny and Bo show weekly show, 9 a.m. on Friday. And then my apartment syndication, my 2 blogs, and the 3 books that I've written on Amazon. You could get them for free also. Just go to vinneychopra.com/free benefits. Again, I have a great guest today, Badri. Badri Malynur is here. I hope I pronounce your name right.
Very good,
Malynur,
Vinny.
right?
You did good.
From Portland. And he's a co-founder and a VP of Avestor Incorporated. Beautiful company, we'll talk about it. A technology platform focused on an end-to-end solution for sponsors to build customizable private funds. It is mind-blowing, guys. Everybody listening, please see. If you're doing individual syndications, this will change your mind. Or you're doing a fund where all the investors have to put all their money into everything you buy within the fund. This just totally outside the box thinking. I'm very excited about it. And Badri and I talked actually 4 or 5 years back, and I'm so happy that I'm a client of his now. The good part is,
Great to have you, Vinny.
Thank you, Badri. You and Sanjay, right? Yeah.
Sanjay Vora, that's right.
Yeah, Sanjay Vora. And Badri has extensive investment experience spanning large variety of assets, including real estate, stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, commodities, options, you name it, angel investing. He has co-founded 2 startups also and has extensive management experience, leading image to Fortune 500 companies. He has an MBA Just like I also have MBA and in marketing, which is, oh my gosh, me too. And master's degree in computer science. Now that I don't have. I have a mechanical degree, mechanical bachelor's actually from India. Badri, welcome. It's such a pleasure to
Thank
have
you,
you.
Vinay. It's great to have you. It's great to be on your show. And look at that beautiful background. Congratulations on not so new house, but beautiful house. So,
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So tell us more. How did you get started into this special service that you built a really strong platform, Avestor, like it says right there?
yeah, no, thank you again for the opportunity. So basically, my co-founder and I, we started off by first trying to solve the problem for passive investors. You have a
Hmm.
lot of passive investors. The problem for passive investors is they have to go. I know you have a curated set of deals and you have your own deals which you offer, but the
Yes.
average passive investor has to go to various websites. They have to look at multiple deals. Sometimes the
Yeah.
deal goes in minutes, and they have to put a minimum of 50, 100 or more per deal with multiple
Mhm.
K1s. So what we did was we built this game-changing platform called a customizable fund where we
Mhm.
are trying to bring the all stock brokerage type of experience to alternative investments. Now, hopefully not the volatility, right? And that's
Mhm.
the reason people come
Yeah.
to alternative investments. So with a click of a button, they can buy a new deal, they can get into a new investment. And the beautiful part is we get a single K1. So we started with passive investors, and then we had our own fund, which we built to test out the
Mhm.
platform. And I believe we invested in more than 40, 50 deals. And
Mhm.
then other fund managers came and said, what you guys have built is phenomenal. Why are you
Mhm.
restricting yourself to just your own fund? You guys can scale much better if you open it up
Mhm.
to other fund managers. And so it's not very long back. So we pivoted a little bit, less than 3 years back. We opened it to other fund managers, and we
Yeah.
have launched more than 200 funds, and we have more than 300 fund managers. And that's the genesis of Avestor. So, mhm.
I love it. I love it. This is fantastic. I know when you shared that with me just recently, I was quite taken back. I said, oh my gosh, I've done many funds. I've done 40 syndications
I
and funds
know.
and paid 10,000, 12,000, 25,000. I paid 25. Actually, one last fund, I paid 35,000 just
Oh,
for the
wow.
fund alone with my partner. We did half and half. But the exciting part I loved in your platform was it's very out of the box. So
We
the
want to
in
change the face of
yeah,
capital raising as we know it. We believe that this customizable funds is the future of capital raising, and
yeah.
the competition is trying to catch up, but we have a 4 year head start. And
Hmm.
there are a lot of nuances which people don't understand. Not all customizable funds are created equal, and we have a 4 year head start. And
Love
you
to.
you hit the nail right on the head. What a customizable fund will do for you is you create one evergreen PPM.
Hmm.
You and I are working through this right now.
Yep.
You are in the process of launching your own customizable fund.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then we ask you what type of asset classes you want to go after. And we put all the generic risks associated with that asset class in the TPM.
Hmm.
This is like building an empty foundation. And then
Yep.
typically in a regular fund, you not only build the foundation, but you also build the house because you
Yep.
have to have a very well defined thesis. But
Yep.
what we do here is just build an empty foundation and you decide what type of rooms you want to populate. What I mean by that is you may want to go into self assisted living, or you may want to go into multifamily, or you may want to, I know you're working on a hotel deal, a fabulous hotel deal, if I may ask, if I may add. And so this gives you massive flexibility and enormous cost savings because it's
Yes.
1 ppm. And think about it. You are a prolific operator. Let's say you're doing 6 deals a year, and I know you're widespread across the country. Let's say you
Hmm.
have 20 states, maybe you have more. 100, and that 6 times 20 is 120 blue sky filings. But with a
Yes.
customizable fund, you file once for the first investor from each state. Less
Wow.
accounting, less taxes, less number of LLCs. This, my friend, is the future of capital raising. So,
Yes, no, I totally see what you're saying is it's saving money, not only just like I was saying in the starting. I was paying 12,000, 12,500, 15,000, 7,500. Also I paid for each syndication or even some funds, $25,000 I paid. So over the years, I paid a lot of money. But in your platform, it's only one PPM, evergreen PPM. And I
Correct.
hope people really understand what we are talking about. One cost, and which is also you're able to give to your investors, your fund managers like me, 50% off. I couldn't believe it. I know when I talked to the SEC attorney, so that's a tremendous thing, and so forth. Let's go into your PowerPoint, if you don't mind. You can
Yeah.
share, and we could give even more details to our viewers in the YouTube channel or in podcast also. Please do, when you get to your office, try to look at the whole presentation, which will be amazing.
Let's do that. So
Uh-huh.
basically, what we are trying to do is dramatically, as I indicated, simplify capital raising. So
Hmm.
raising capital today, Vinny, you are a seasoned operator, but I think you'll also admit it's just a lot of work. You have to
Yep.
create separate LLCs, separate accounting. You have to onboard the investors for each POA in syndication, separate
Hmm.
PPM, separate blue sky filings. So
Yep.
what we have built is a platform that completely transforms capital raising as you know it. So
Hmm.
the most important thing, Vinny, I think this is very important for your viewers, is we are not just a technology portal.
Hmm.
That is extremely important. We are actually, yeah, the customizable fund is an important distinguishing factor. But the
Hmm.
second important distinguishing factor is the end-to-end services, and we become your business partner. We consult with you on the fund strategy, and we do the accounting, we do the bookkeeping. I'll talk about all of that. So
Hmm.
there are three planks which comprise the value proposition of Avestor. There is the technology piece, there is the service piece, and the network piece. Each of this is very synergistic with each other and very intentionally designed. And let
Hmm.
me talk about each of this in a little more. And feel free to
Please.
stop me with any questions. Yeah,
No, no,
I want this to be
please.
very interactive. Yeah. So
Sure.
in the traditional way, you create the offering docs once. You have done this. What did you say? 40 times?
Three
Many times.
times.
Onboard the investors, you manage the offering, you do accounting and taxes, and then repeat the process for every capital raise. In
Yep.
the investor way, you create the offering docs once, you onboard the investors once, and then you have unlimited number of offerings. It's with the ease of investing in a stock brokerage account and with
Hmm.
dramatically simplified accounting and taxes. So we have built the technology over multiple years. It's not a Johnny come late as some of the other competitors are doing. Yeah. And the second plank is we provide end-to-end concierge level support for all the things you need.
Hmm.
The Let me give you an analogy, Vinny. This is a little cheesy, but bear with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Comparing us with There are so many syndication portals out there.
Hmm.
Comparing us with a regular syndication portal is like comparing a steering wheel to an automobile. We
Hmm.
can have all kinds of academic discussions on, hey, my steering wheel is thicker than yours, is smoother than yours, is fatter than yours, it has a
Yeah.
nice leather cover. But let me ask you a question. Do you want a steering wheel or do you want the full car? It's
A full
completely
car.
different, right? So do you see what I'm
And a
saying?
Mercedes or a Rolls Royce. Yes.
You want a Rolls Royce, but I'll settle for maybe Mercedes Benz, but that's okay. What we do is work with you and consult with you on the fund strategy. We have you're going through this, so you know this. We have
Yes.
a set of top-notch SEC attorneys who have given us highly
Yes.
discounted rates. The
Yep.
reason they give us those rates, Vinny, is because we do a lot of the legwork with you and do all the strategy calls and have a
Hmm.
streamlined legal questionnaire. So they
Hmm.
know that they don't have to spend. I know you're very experienced, but sometimes people come in with
Yes.
not a lot of experience and they spend a
Totally.
lot of time educating them. And we
Yeah.
do all of that. Yeah.
Yep.
We do the investor management, investment management. We do the fund accounting, which is included in the price. And then we
Hmm.
have discounted tax partners who will actually file your fund tax return and issue the K1. Yeah. So,
Love it. Love it.
and the third plank, I told you all of these three planks are very synergistic and they work with each other.
Hmm.
We have an amazing network. The power, the value of the network.
Sure.
Yeah, from your engineering days, it exponentially grows as the size of the network grows. We
Yep.
have more than 300 fund managers, and we have a mastermind where we meet every Tuesday. We have a lot of educational content. I know you don't need that, but some beginning operators
Yeah,
or even
they do.
slightly mid-sized to experienced operators sometimes benefit from that.
I would love to join. Maybe bring some value there too.
Absolutely. We would love to have you over and talk to our mastermind. Let's have a
Yeah.
separate independent discussion on
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And then we have a social network
Mm-hmm.
divided into multiple channels. We use Slack, like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
have channels dedicated to legal, dedicated to compliance, dedicated to marketing, dedicated to CRMs and fund strategies. And there is a
Mm-hmm.
lot of networking and connections going on. And what happens there is our vision someday is to have your entire deal funded within the Avestor platform. Come in
Sure.
here, we have capital allocators and we have
Mm-hmm.
sponsors. Match the two, and then why even go outside the Avestor platform someday, right? And
Yeah.
and then we have financial models which tell you how you make money on the customizable fund.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you can do in the syndications, you can do and more. And then we have deep down training sessions.
Yeah.
Typically, because this is a new model, right? This is almost like a franchise
Yeah.
model. When you buy a McDonald's franchise or a Burger King
Mm-hmm.
franchise, they give you a complete package and training. That's what we
Right.
do. We have a 2 day on site class, and we also
Yes.
have a 10-week self paced course taught by Lance Pedersen, the former founder of Very West, who was also a strategic advisor to the company. And
Mm-hmm.
that talks about fund positioning, your pitch deck. And then the last thing we do, and I'll pause after this to see if you have any questions,
Yes. Yes.
we negotiate. You can present your deals to other fund managers and they
That's
can
what.
bring their
Yeah.
investors to your deal. Now, of course,
Mm-hmm.
you have a great network of direct investors. That's the best way to raise money. But sometimes, if
Yes.
you have a very large deal and you want to raise from others very rapidly and you want to close the
Sure.
deal, you can
Mm-hmm.
present your deal to other fund managers and they can present their deal to you. And we have dedicated
Yes.
sessions for that.
Sure.
And not only that, we negotiate with top tier sponsors in every asset class: mobile home parks, self storage, retail, hospitalities,
Mm-hmm.
multifamily. And we negotiate collective terms for our fund managers. Think
I
of us
see.
like the Costco model where we negotiate preferred terms. What I mean by that is maybe we have a multifamily operator who's giving us a 90-10 split. So
Wow.
even if four fund managers collectively raise $2 million, everyone raises only 400 or 500K each, they get
Yeah.
the $2 million split. They can keep 15-20% and pass the rest to the investors. So it's the value proposition of all these three things combined, which makes Avestor the incredible value it offers. It's the
I love
technology and the
it.
portal. It is the network, the deal calls and the Slack channels and everything else. And it's
Mhm.
the end-to-end concierge services which package everything into one unified whole. So
This is very exciting. Please, if you go back to the one slide, that is
sure.
so well you shared end to end concierge level support in starting the fund. In just you were lightning speed. I texted you. I said, I cannot believe I just signed up and my whole portal is ready. Your team is standing by so quickly and it's so well-oiled machine. I'm very impressed. Just want to
Thank you,
say
Vinny.
that. Just
That's coming from you. I know you have used a lot of these portals, so I really
I
that's
have.
great praise. I appreciate it. So
Totally. And same Michael also, our SEC attorney, he's been texting and we are talking and his team. And I've already filled out, he sent me a draft of the PPM within 2 days. I couldn't believe it. Usually, SEC's attorneys take a month actually to be able to get some kind of draft to you. And it's so wonderful. It was very nicely done, the survey, the questionnaire. I just wanted to say that.
oh,
Very,
thank you.
very,
I so much
yeah.
appreciate it. And to be very honest with you, you haven't seen the last of it yet because you're now talking about starting the fund.
Yeah.
But think about it. Now, future deals, how long
Hmm.
did it take you to do a syndication deal? This fund, starting a fund took you a couple of weeks, a week or two, but adding new deals, now you can do it within minutes. So
Within
this gives
minutes.
you
I know.
massive flexibility. And what this allows you to do is experiment with deals. You can say, hey,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of this. Let's gather some soft commits. There's not enough soft commits. I won't go ahead with the deal. So that kind of flexibility is there too.
I love it. I love it. It's fabulous. Fabulous. So take me through now. Let's see, we got the investors in. So what kind of services if you would like to take further into the presentation.
Let me
Yeah.
walk through a couple more slides and
Sure,
then we can
sure,
continue our conversation without
sure,
slides.
sure.
So the way it works, because a lot of this is becoming more and more popular, and this is the future of the
Mm-hmm,
industry, but not
mm-hmm,
everyone has heard about it. So let me recap how it works. Yeah. We
mm-hmm,
talked
mm-hmm.
about it a little bit, but let's recap again. You create one fund for all your deals. It's
Yeah,
one evergreen, it's a 10-year fund, but you can extend it. And
yeah,
then you can add unlimited number of deals over time. And then your investors get to pick and choose which deal they want and how much they want to invest. Yeah.
yeah.
And what this does, it combines the flexibility of deal by deal investing with the scalability
Mm-hmm.
of a fund. So you get
Sure.
all the benefits of the syndication, but you also get all the benefits of a fund with the single K1. I think I mentioned this, right? Our investors absolutely love it. Who wants to get 20 K1s except maybe your accountant,
Yeah.
Vinny? And you can raise capital 365 days a year. You can
Mm-hmm.
add any asset class in a single fund. And that's the beauty of it. I know you're planning to do hotels, you're planning to do senior living, you're planning to do
Yeah.
multifamily, and we
Multifamily.
just
Yep.
brainstormed, hey, maybe you want to do self-storage and maybe you want to do
Yeah.
mobile home parks. Because
Yes.
what you're doing is now you're exposing your investors to all these asset classes.
Yes.
But the
Yes.
important thing is you're not dragging them into an asset class they don't want to do. If
Yeah.
you do a blind fund, you need to have a very well-defined strategy. Otherwise, you
Yeah.
can't really, because they don't have a choice. But in a
Yes.
customizable fund, they can pick and choose which deal they want. And
Totally.
if you suddenly decide to go to self-storage, some of your investors may say, Vinny, I've always known you for senior living and I've known you for
Yeah.
multifamily. I think I'll pass on self-storage. But some investors may come on, but it's their
Yeah.
choice, right? So
Mm-hmm. For sure.
and the beauty of this is each deal stands on its own merit. So you, unlike a blind fund where you say it's 8% pref and I'm investing in these kind of things, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
In some deals, maybe it's not such an attractive deal. So you may have to give a 70-30 split or a 80-20
Mm-hmm.
split. But
Mm-hmm.
in another deal, it's so attractive that investors are lining up a 60-40 split. Hey, take a bigger share. This is a
Totally.
capitalistic country. We all are trying to make money
Yeah.
here.
Totally. Totally.
And so each deal can stand on its own. So it's
Yes.
almost a mini syndications. Think of this as virtual syndication or SPVs within the infrastructure of a customizable fund. And the
Yes.
last piece I wanted to mention is you have the flexibility to be a GP, which I know you do for many of the multifamily deals,
Yes. Yes.
or a co-GP, like what maybe you're doing
Interesting.
for the hotels, where
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't mean these pseudo co-GPs, right? I know you run your own mastermind.
Yes.
A lot
Yep.
of these people, all they do is capital raise and say they call themselves a co-GP. That's going to, SEC will tighten up on that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or you can just be a limited partner in a deal.
Yes. LP.
You can
Yeah.
take one of the deals we have negotiated with sponsors, or you can negotiate your own deals like you're doing with the
Yeah.
hotels,
Yep.
and then maybe get a 80-20 split or 85-15 split and take 15-20%. Very clean.
Yep.
You're not a GP, you're
Mm-hmm.
not signing any documents, but
Sure.
you can mix all these business models in the same fund. So in some deals, you're putting your own personal net worth at stake and you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
you're the KP. In some other
Mm-hmm.
deals, maybe in a new asset class you're not as familiar with, you do the due diligence and then say, hey, I'm investing as an LP. I'll take a portion of the split and pass the rest to the investors. Yeah.
For
So
sure, for sure. This is so great. I just can't tell you. So succinctly, you've taken us through the slides and everything. This is the last slide, is that right? Yeah.
there are many more
Yeah.
slides, but
Oh,
let me just
okay.
do
Yeah.
one last
Sure.
slide and then we'll
Sure,
stop.
sure,
So that
sure,
way we can
sure.
have more interaction.
Totally.
Uh,
Yeah.
Everything you require is
Mm-hmm.
integrated into the portal.
I see.
You have to remember that. Yeah. Apart from the
Yeah.
strategy, the accounting and all that, but even the core portal,
Mm-hmm.
unlimited ACH capability, electronic document signing,
Mm-hmm.
anti-money laundering and know your customers,
Yep. Yep.
accreditation checks. And here is something very unique. It's a little geeky. We are the
Mm-hmm.
only platform which allows you to backfill your capital. So let's say you're
Ah,
raising $2 million and let's say you're a half a million short, you can put your own
yeah.
money in. Other
Yep.
syndication portals give you a portion of the cash distributions while your money is invested.
Ah,
But we also calculate the value of the capital gains at the back end. So let's say it's a 4-year deal and you get your money was tied up for 1 year, you get 25% at the back end. So it's a way of
ah.
moving inventory capital from deal to deal. We give
Mm-hmm.
you free fund level bookkeeping, investigative software for background checks, free copy of high level CRM, automation funnel, website templates, marketing collateral, marketing partnerships, discounted tax, discounted VAs,
Yes.
and everything you think of. Don't think of us as a technology provider. Think
Yeah.
of us as your back-end business partner to help market, launch, and scale your fund. So
I love it. I love it. Badri, this has been a mind blowing, really. And again, this is fabulous, guys. Everybody, I hope you really got a lot out of this one because Badri and I will talk more and even bring more promotions and think for so that you can really look into this. How can people reach you, Badri, right? Yeah.
thank you, Vinny. I'm
Yeah.
very open. It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
you don't want to create a customizable fund, but let's just chat. There is so much to learn from each other in the industry. So
Totally.
the
Totally.
best way to reach me is Badri, that is Badri at avestorinc.com, avestorinc.com. Or you can also look me up in LinkedIn, Badri
Mm.
Malynur, and hopefully maybe you can post my LinkedIn link and
Totally.
my email
We will.
address in the podcast.
We
And feel
will.
free to reach out if you want to chat, if you want to just understand a customizable fund, or even if maybe you want to present your deal to 300 fund managers. Reach out to me for that
Totally.
as well. You're not going to get many platforms where you have 300 fund managers in one room willing to listen to you.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So true, so true. No, I'm so excited to have you on my podcast, on my show. And maybe we will bring you into Vinny and Bo Show, which is another platform, so that we
that'll be
could
great.
even talk and create some good exposure. Because I really believe in promoting some good, solid avenues so that people can make their life easier. Investors
Exactly.
can make their life easier. Fund managers, syndicators can reduce costs, which I heard so much in this presentation. And that's why I jumped on it. It took me a few minutes to decide,
You
yes,
moved
we're
very
going to.
fast. And I think both of us are moving fast. You're moving fast. We're moving fast.
You are, you are. So, no, thank you so much for joining, Badri, and we'll meet again. And thanks again for any last thing you'd like to tell to the fund managers. So what will be your last thought? Yeah.
The main thing I would say is I know we talked a lot about the cost, but the cost
Yes.
is just one element of it.
Yeah.
What this does, it changes the rules of the game for your investors. It's an amazing investor experience because we
Yes.
even have a virtual cash balance where they can invest from
Mhm.
just like a stock brokerage account, invest with a click of a button, and that can be earning interest.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is not just about the cost, but it's about the superior investor experience your investors will get from this customizable fund experience. So please keep that in mind as well. So
Totally. Actually, I know Umang just introduced me to the Meow group, and I'll get 5% or something. The
four right
money,
now, subject to
4%. Yeah. Again, guys, I'm not CPA or attorney or SEC attorney like that. It's for educational and entertainment purposes only that we do bring guests and all the different podcasts that I've got over 1,000 podcasts I've done, and I've been
amazing,
on
amazing.
1,000 plus podcasts also as guest on other podcast shows. So I hope you are liking the content. Please share this episode and give us 5-star reviews in the podcast so that we can bring great guests for you also. Again, thank you so much for watching and listening. And again, the presentation is on the YouTube channel also under Vinney Chopra. See you next time. Let's have a great one and let's make a deal together.
Be sure to listen to Mr. Smiles next week with more golden nuggets and top-notch coaching tips. You can reach him by going to VinnyChopra.com. Be sure to like, comment, and share to show everyone how Mr. Smiles has brought your apartment syndication business to the next level.